Martha Stewart, the culinary queen's rise to unlikely friendships and time behind bars. She is America's first self-made billionaire, who brought her culinary genius, lifestyle brand, and DIY skills to the homes of millions. And just when you thought there was nothing else she could possibly accomplish, Martha Stewart has just become Sports Illustrated's oldest cover model, posing for the magazine's annual swimsuit edition at the age of 81. The television personality, chef, and all-round icon is one of 4 cover models for this year's issue, which celebrates powerful women who live in a world where they feel no limitations, internally or externally. The other names feature director Megan Fox, model Brooks Nader, and musician Kim Petras. When I heard that I was going to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit, I thought, oh, well, that's pretty good. I'm gonna be the oldest person, I think, ever on the cover of Sports Illustrated, said Stewart, who was photographed in the Dominican Republic by Ruvana Fanada. And I don't think about age very much, but I thought that this is kind of historic and that I better look really good. When asked what Snoop Dogg, a friend and business partner, would think of her cover, she laughed and said, "Snoop is going to just think that it is fantastic." Stewart rose to fame in the 90s, widely credited with popularizing aesthetically photographed cookbooks and lifestyle manuals, of which she has written 98. Her magazine on living well, Martha Stewart Living, also went on to become an Emmy Award-winning TV show. In Snoop's world, it gave me the street cred I was lacking. Martha Stewart, on how her prison sentence impressed the rapper. In 2004, the empire she had built threatened to come crashing down after she was convicted of felony charges in a widely publicized case of insider trading. However, after serving 5 months in federal prison, the culinary legend managed to resurrect her career against all odds, returning her company to profitability and attracting a new audience from the scandal. Martha Stewart on her friend, comic Pete Davidson. During her college years, where she studied architectural history, Stewart's modeling income, including working for Chanel, helped to supplement her scholarship money. Stewart married young, meeting Yale law student Andrew Stewart and tying the knot at only age 19. Giving birth to her only child Alexis 4 years later, in 1965. After finishing her degree, Stewart had thought she would become an architect, but her then father-in-law encouraged her to become a stockbroker on Wall Street. After 7 years in the industry, in which she was the only woman at her firm, she quit in 1976 to launch a catering business. It was when she was catering a lavish 200-person party for one of her husband's book launches, Andrew had become a publisher of art books, that he introduced her to another publisher. And she pitched the idea for her first book, Entertaining, which came out in 1982. Following the success of the book launch, Stewart went on to publish a slew of further cookery and lifestyle titles. In 1987, as she was preparing for the release of her 5th book, Martha Stewart Weddings, Andrew left her. The couple divorced, and he later married a woman who had worked with Stewart as a consultant. However, the divorce was no hindrance to Stewart's success. 3 years later, she signed with Time Publishing Ventures to develop a new magazine, Martha Stewart Living, for which Stewart would be editor-in-chief. The magazine then expanded into a weekly half-hour TV show, also called Martha Stewart Living, which ran until 2004. In September 1997, Stewart secured funding to purchase the various television, print, and merchandising ventures related to the Martha Stewart brand, and consolidate them into a new company. When the company went public in 1999, the then 58-year-old became America's first self-made billionaire. In 2004, it was alleged that Stewart avoided a loss of $45,673, around £37,000, by selling all shares of her Clone System stock in December 2001. After receiving non-public information from her broker at Merrill Lynch, the day following her sale, the stock value fell 16%. After a highly publicized 6-week jury trial, Stewart was found guilty in March 2004 of conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and lying to investigators, and 4 months later was sentenced to serve a 5-month term at FCP Alderson Correctional Facility in West Virginia. Known as Camp Cupcake, the minimum security facility is said to be America's cushiest prison, employing a reformatory model of justice in which no barbed wire is used and the inmates are housed in so-called cottages that can house up to 60 other women. While behind bars, Stewart took to doing what she does best, working, taking a job as an informal liaison between the prison administration and her fellow inmates. At the time, there was speculation that the scandal would effectively end Stewart's media empire. However, following her release from prison in March 2005, she began a comeback campaign and her company returned to profitability in 2006. The incident also attracted a whole new set of fans, who respected Stewart for serving her time behind bars and coming out on top. "I knew I was strong going in and I was certainly stronger coming out," Stewart said of the incident, to Harper's Bazaar in 2021. Stewart's prison experience is one of many things that helped her strike up an unlikely and iconic friendship with rapper Snoop Dogg, who had spent time in jail on drug charges in the early 90s. Yes, that conviction helped because people knew how crazy and unfair all of that was, she said on CBS's Sunday Morning in a joint interview with the rapper in 2017. And, in Snoop's world, it gave me the street cred I was lacking. The pair first met in 2008, when Snoop joined Stewart to make mashed potatoes on her cooking show, The Martha Stewart Show. He returned to the show the next year for a special Christmas episode, and the duo have since worked together as roasters on Comedy Central's 2015 Justin Bieber roast, co-hosts of the 2021 and 2022 Puppy Bowls, and co-stars in various adverts. "When you work with someone like Snoop, it's like having a sidekick. How great it is," Stewart told People magazine. "That's why all the comedians have sidekicks and bands. Because it loosens them up and lets them be freer. Snoop is my freedom." The 81-year-old is also pals with none other than man of the moment Pete Davidson. After the 29-year-old SNL comedian split with Kim Kardashian last year, rumors even briefly swirled that the two were dating. "He's dated so many women," Stewart said on the Drew Barrymore show last year. "I'm not saying that's bad. I think that's good. And he's sort of cute. My lost son," she added, dismissing the dating rumors.